Hate. Glad that there's already some people here. Let's
Hello,
see.
people.
Oh my God. Tracy's
Oh.
here. What's up, Trace?
I'm almost to the point where I'm a little nervous that Tracy might be a stalker.
Tracy is not a stalker. She's a motherfucking delight.
She is a delight.
And she says, hey, beeps. So, welcome to Marital Hate. If you were watching this, you're not watching it live right now because we can see who's watching. Well, at least on most of the platforms.
Somebody's watching.
But we're a live interactive podcast. We occur normally Monday through Friday. I was not feeling well yesterday. I have a chronic illness. And it fucking sucks. And so we couldn't do the podcast. As you may have guessed already, we like to use some curse words around here, mostly me. I have a potty mouth, and we talk about inappropriate things. So not for kids. And
not exactly for kids.
It's really not for anyone, for that matter. But it is live and it's interactive. So if you're on during the podcast, you can comment, and we pull your comments up on screen. Even if you can't see other people commenting where you are, we will see it. We will pull it up on the screen and we'll interact with you. And if you comment later, we'll interact then. I don't know what's happening.
There's all kinds of kids running around.
Tracy says, I'm a master stalker. I think you're just a master hater, and master haters are pretty much our favorite people in the whole world. Master haters are the people that come to the podcast night after night and subject themselves to our insanity. As a matter of fact, we just sent a gift all to our master haters.
Yes.
And so if you don't say what it is, because not everyone has gotten theirs yet, but I don't know, the people that have gotten theirs have been really happy with them.
Yeah. They were very touched by it.
So Trace is asking Doug what was the outcome of the show. So let's back it up for the people who have not been paying attention. My husband, Douglas.
Some hot shot. Here's his ancient Chinese secret. Calgon.
Okay.
That's an old commercial.
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Are you supposed to release Chinese secrets? Or are you gonna are we gonna go to war with China now?
No, we're not. It was an old commercial.
I know.
In the 70s and 80s.
I know.
How do you get your shirt so clean, Mr. Lee?
Yeah. Not
Couldn't
do that commercial today.
Probably not sensitive.
Anne says, hello there. Something that was supposed to come in the mail is going to be late.
Oh.
Nothing's supposed to come in the mail. I love that things come in the mail, but you don't need to do anything for us. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And I don't know if you got something from me, but there's things in the mail. Don't talk about it because not everybody's gotten theirs. Trace is saying, Calgon, take me away.
That's right. It was Calgon.
So back to your question. So what was the outcome of the show? So my husband is a musician. He put out a punk album in
It wasn't an album. It was a 45.
45. In what year? 1981?
81.
I was 5. And now
it was actually January of 81, so it's technically 80, but that's all right. You were
I was 4 and a half.
4 and a half.
I was 4 and a half. And my husband put
we
out
had the strangest groupies.
And he looked like Justin Bieber. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's working on a solo album. Why are you working on a solo album, may I ask?
Because my wife badgers me into doing it. I think it's her way of getting rid of me sometimes.
I never want to get rid of you, but I will give you a hall pass for working on your music or a midget hand job.
Wow.
Your choice. Trey says I was -1 to the month. And
nice.
So that's nice. So he's working on an album, and he entered a songwriters competition in Fort Myers that was held at the
somebody and Bernie Davis Art Center.
In
lovely place. Lovely facility.
Beautiful art everywhere.
Like
very well run.
Yeah.
And so he entered a song. He actually entered Perfectville, which is the theme song to Marital Hate last year. And they were like,
I think I was late. I was like the day it was due. So I don't know if it even made the cut. So
who knows? But I will tell you, this was severe competition. Like, these people were not joking around.
No, the folks that were in it, for the most part, were all like active musicians.
Some of them had contracts.
Musicians, contacts in Nashville, playing out every night. You know, like and it was I was kind of out of my I was a fish out of water because I'm not an acoustic guy.
And you played acoustic.
And I was playing acoustic because it was just you, right? Some people had played piano, some people played piano, or some people sang and had a piano player.
Which I thought was cheating.
And there was a lot of talent. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic event. A lot of talent, a lot of fun. I think I was a little different than most because I went in with a pure pop song, and I just wanted like just pure honey dripping sugary pop song, and that was basically what it was. Is I went up and played, and there were 3 judges from the music industry that are local to this area. All had great feedback. A lot of them are like great pop song, and like that just made me, because I've been trying to write a great pop song since I was born, really. If you think about it,
you've done 2 really good pop songs right now.
But just there were 14 contestants really, or finalists, I guess, because you had to send an audition in to get in, and I went at 7th, which was right before intermission, and then there were another 7 after that. And it was kind of at the end, like I don't think anybody, well, at least me anyways, I don't think anybody really cared who won, but everybody, like,
I cared.
There was just
Steve's wife cared too.
And I had a clear favorite, this guy Dustin. That was just
Dustin was great,
unbelievable, and not like anybody else. So it's just amazing, like, and there were some young girls there doing sort of
young. One of them was 13.
And I think like the first girl song, I could hear Adele singing that song. There was that. So
the redhead at the piano.
Was she redhead? She was. Oh, okay. I thought she was brunette. Like there were. It was great. There was one guy that did like outlaw country. There's
who was the older guy with the raspy voice? I liked him a lot.
Oh yeah. That was he did like the outlaw country song about going to Mexico and
then they were
stabbing somebody with a knife.
There were some that were like very Dave Matthews-esque, and Doug is not a fan. And I was sitting, and thank God my friend Jen from my hot ass neighbor down the street came and watched with us. And my friend Chris Pacito, shout out to Chris, I had not seen since 30 years ago in Catholic school. He rolled up and hung out with us, and we had a blast. But everybody's asking about the outcome, and of course we want to loop through on the comments and then go some more into the story. But the bottom line is they picked a winner, and then there was a People's Choice. The People's Choice went crazy.
Were the 2 youngest kids that competed, and
they had so much support from their friends and family.
They really did, yeah.
Although the girls' family was like, "Woo!" They needed to dial it back. They were
like a little serious about it. But.
And well, they were like they were. There was at least one person in the family that it was, I don't know who it was. It wasn't the mother. It was an unsportsmanlike person that I did not enjoy.
That's too bad.
But what they did,
because she was very good, and she was very delightful.
They had an app where you could vote. And so the kids, obviously they shared on their social, because like 500 people voted, and there was probably 100 people there, if that, like maybe 75. So there were 14 contestants. The People's Choice was a heated debate. They did an online vote. It was literally tied. And so then they were going to do another online vote, but that wasn't going to work. And then they tried to do like yelling, but the one crowd was very loud. You couldn't even tell. And I was like, hello, raise your hand. And they're like,
without Stacey, there would have been no winner.
Idea, because they would go with on. There was all this screaming, and I'm like, shut these people the fuck up. Mama has a headache. And so I'm like, hello, just do that. And they're like, oh yeah.
So that took like 20 minutes. So like by the time they announced the winner, nobody
cared.
So nobody really cared.
Doug did not win.
I did not win. But we have robbery. We never got any results or anything.
Not results or feedback, but you've been talking
I got
to
feedback
one of
the judges. And then today, one of the judges friended me as a local studio here, not very far from here and stuff like that. But he actually, he came up to me. I actually talked to him after the show, and he goes, yeah, I could tell just the way you wore your guitar low slung like that there was an anarchist inside you waiting to do some punk music. And I'm like, okay, well, you get me then, right? So that was really cool, and it was just neat to have like somebody outside my world, right, to kind of listen to me as a performer, and not in the performers.
His band was the performers.
And just like get some feedback. So it was great. It was outside of my comfort zone. It was a lot of fun,
and he was hot as fuck.
I think if I had were to do it again, I would approach it with a little bit different. And I would.
It was the first songwriting competition you have ever been in.
Yeah. It's my second time ever playing in public.
Acoustic,
not at a wedding. So So that was that. So anyway, so it was a lot of fun. I hopefully I made a lot of friends and connections in the local music scene.
Just we met some made friends. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to circle back on that, but let's get to the comments. So Trace says your wife badgers you. You mean makes you better and brings out your gifts. Thank you, Tracy.
That's exactly what you did.
I will say, and I don't know if you've seen the video, and you can see the video, it's on the wall, but he thanked his wife.
I did.
And did you cut, when you made the video on your wall, did you cut the part off where you said, I dedicate this to my wife?
Yeah, because I cut out, because I had a false start because I started playing, my guitar cut out. So then I got it back going and I started again.
So watch the full video, the one that's like an awful selfie of me. Watch that video because it has the whole thing where he dedicated to me, which was really nice. And I thought you handled your little stumbling pretty well. And Anne says, no, what you sent is still in translate. It's supposed to be here by 9 p.m. Ooh. I love it. I loved your song, Doug.
Thank you.
I know, right? He's brilliant. He's fucking brilliant. I'm so proud of him. I want to throw my panties at you. I don't have any. Deb says, at age 74, not into late nights. Damn lime. Girl, me either. But
that thing was good. It was over by 10. And the other good thing that was great about it is that the audience was there to hear the music and listen intently to the music, and not eat their dinner or drink.
Well, that's one of the big things in Florida,
you know,
is almost every restaurant has live music.
Yeah, it's musical wallpaper.
And so your musical wallpaper, and you have to do other people's music and hits, and that's all people want to hear.
So this was fantastic.
And don't get me wrong, there's groups that make a really nice living that. There's a group that we know, when we know the group fairly well. They're friends of ours, the Shane Duncan Band, and they perform all over Florida. And they do great, and they're actually doing a cruise soon. They know how to work up a crowd, get everybody dancing and having a great time. They're great at that. But that's not what Doug wants to do. He wants to do original music. He doesn't want to play other people's shit. So open mics are a great spot for you.
Yeah, open mics. I mean, like that competition was that perfect.
Competition was great, but I think more than anything, you need to be on tour.
Yeah. Well, there's another more rocking fest that you can enter, but I don't have a band. If I could fly my guys down here.
Well, your guys have money; they can fly themselves down. Steve and Paul, get your asses down here.
I mean, George.
Sorry, not George. Sorry, definitely Steve. Do not come. George, and Paul.
George will come down.
Steve, you can fuck off because he can't get through 3 minutes of the podcast.
That's lame.
Did he comment on your video?
He gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, so he went so far as to go.
Yeah.
To his brother. He couldn't have been like, wow, that's really amazing.
Could have shared it.
I have some opinions.
Just saying.
Cheryl shared it. And we appreciate if y'all are into sharing music with people on your wall, we would love it if you shared that.
Well, the big thing is I'm going to rely on all you people to buy my album when it comes out, and you're going to download it. You're going to love it.
Well, and tell your friends. That's the big thing. If you tell your friends,
I'm saving it for that.
If you share on social, it's great. So is that video set to public on your page?
Probably, yeah.
Make sure it is while we're here. So I'm going to go back through the comments. Trace, Deb says, so Doug, do you write your songs? Yes, he writes all of his own music. Trace said, well, I consider that a win. Daniel is laughing, and he said, I was impressed. Great job. I was very impressed. Great job, Doug. Yeah. Do you need a rhythm guitarist? Isn't that what he does?
Oh, he's the funk master general right there. That's
there you
what
go.
He is. He can play anything.
Trace said, I did see him. Thank you. I don't know who's him.
I did see him. Thank you.
The video? I don't even know what that means. Copies sold and shared. Thank you so much. But even just that, the video from the other night. If people
it's public on my wall. If
actually Cheryl Skinner was the first one to share it.
Yeah, that was
shout out to Cheryl.
Nice.
I don't think
my friend Rob Goodwin. Thanks, Rob. Everybody was like, whether it was a Worcester connection or an us connection, that kind of thing. It was pretty cool. So thank you.
And Tracy says, yes, I saw Doug dedicate. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm awesome. So I have so we met from there. We met a bunch of people that were there. So Steve, who was on just before Doug, did a song called Whiskey, Weed, and Women. And the funny thing is, if you go on his website, like he's like a religious fella. And he's singing about whiskey, weed, and women. It was hilarious. And then this guy, Dustin, he had this really out there song, but it was amazing musically. And I had like a chat with him afterwards, and I'm like, oh, like, I don't know how we got on the subject, but he talked about all he eats is peanut butter. And so I just like looked him in the eye and went, fuck you. He had no idea. I'm like, I'm allergic to peanut butter. I just found out. I want the peanut butter back. Anyway, it was like at another octave. But Go ahead.
I was just there was another a girl that was maybe second or third. Her name was Emma. I'm Facebook friends with her.
Second or third in appearance. They didn't rank them.
Yeah, in appearance. She was fantastic. She had like I don't know, you get like a lot of influences rolled into one. So she was very good. She was one of my faves as well. Steve, Dustin, those were all great.
Everybody was awesome. And so I have to, something we've talked about here on the podcast before came up at this musical event. The stripper tent.
Oh,
okay. The stripper tent.
This was outstanding.
Story. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get Chris to come on the podcast one night and maybe share the pictures. But we've been fascinated by the stripper tent. As you may know, that there was a massive hurricane, direct hit from a Cat 5 hurricane called Ian here in Southwest Florida. Fort Myers Beach was fucked up. And so there was a strip club and it was gone. So we finally found, so they put up a tent and worked a strip club out of the tent.
Florida strong. We must
prevail.
Have adult entertainment and alcohol.
Doug and I had actually driven by this strip club before and had thought about taking our friend who was turning 21 for his first little lap dance. Because, that's what you do with your friends who turn 21.
We could have got a little lap dance there,
a little bit more than a lap dance. So whenever we drive by a strip club, we like to look up the reviews online because they're hilarious. If you're ever bored, just look up strip club reviews. You will have the time of your life. Because what happens is not only do people review the club, but then the dancers, they get in fights with each other and they will say bad stuff about each other on these. So anyway, somebody had reviewed this strip club and we were familiar with it because we had driven by it. We looked up the review and they had said that they got a hand job from a midget who stole his wallet. And so I told Doug he could have a hall pass
for a midget hand job. That's kind of epic, I think.
Although our pals Charlie had sex with a midget and he was not so happy about that. And our friend Chris is really jealous that Charlie had sex with a midget. Whole other story.
Oh, okay.
So Chris is telling us about the midget strip club.
He knows Charlie.
Yeah, we all sat together at lunch every day in Catholic school. You guys have heard of Charlie. He's a loon. Love him. Total fucking character. I'm a fucking character. Like, I'm a character here. Where's Charlie?
Charlie is not he's a different breed of character.
Yes, that's true.
Right, because you're like, nah. Charlie's like, nah.
Yes, but if you talk to Charlie, the man lives, he's building a dome to live in.
Building a dome.
And his only access was going to be a trap door, but he thought better of it. He built a regular door. We'll see what happens. Dome's not finished. But, long hair.
But we love him. He's
him.
A great guy.
We love him, but he marches to the beat of his own drum. Yeah. And I'm here. Y'all know who I am, marching to the beat of my own crazy fucking drum. It's like more like a xylophone on crack. And then you got Chris. Now, we would sit together at Catholic school every day. So Chris rolls in, got a Bud Light in his hand, sleeves cut off, ink, huge guy. She's a big dude and played football in high school. And he proceeds to tell us this story. And so, of course, I told our friends, Brent and Christina, I'm telling you, this guy's even more of a character than I am. And Brent said, what did the building explode? That's too much.
So the thing is, I'd never met Chris before. I met him after I did my thing.
I haven't seen him in 30 years.
So Chris is like instantly likable. And like, he's got this smirk on his face. Like, yeah, let's go get into some trouble. Like, it's kind of guy that like if like Stacy would call you, hey, you want to go try and jump my Jeep off of,
he'd be like, yes,
the Jacob
absolutely,
Bridge or something. Like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, of course, because it's not his Jeep. Daniel said I'd never go to a strip club. You wouldn't go to a strip club in a tent just to see the fucking spectacle? I would.
Midget stripper.
Chris,
that's crazy.
Chris has informed us
that. So Chris has been to the tent.
Yes, but I'm backing up.
Okay.
So Chris is actually an engineer. He owns an engineering firm here in Southwest Florida. And they help determine like what can be built and what can't, because sinkholes, swamps.
Don't say too much because we're trying to get him as a sponsor.
Yeah, right. Anyway, he knows about the building codes. He knows all the building code type people and whatnot. And so apparently what happens, and of course he frequents these establishments, what happens is if they do not serve alcohol for 6 months, then they lose their license. They lose their adult entertainment license. They lose their liquor license. Good luck getting it back. So that's why they put the tent up temporarily. So apparently it has been since purchased by the owner of Vixen's, which is a big chain out of Miami, and it's going to get all like bougie and whatnot, as opposed to a shitty strip club where you can get your watch stolen by a midget, which is the only kind of strip club I would want to go to. But what do I know? So, but he did tell us about his experience there at the strip club, told us that
Do we have clearance to tell this story? Because like I don't think okay, all right, fine. Just got to check with legal
the
first.
strip pole, and this is legal. The stripper pole is not mounted to anything, so it's kind of swaying in the breeze.
It's not holding up the tent. That was one of the questions our viewers had.
It was
the tent that holds up the pole that holds up the tent?
It was a freestanding pole on a freestanding stage. And when they temporarily open up in a strip club again, we are going. Y'all should fly down and go with us.
So part of the thing is that they could only be open for a certain amount of time. They had to close down, but
it was a whole thing.
They can't go another 6 months without selling a drink, otherwise they lose their license.
So they got to do it again.
So they have to put up the tent because the building's not going to be ready.
But let me tell you the story. So there's a woman, beautiful, not really. She'd had her tits done and they didn't do a good job. So like her tits hung down here, but her nipples were up here. Wasn't good. And so she's dancing and he's showing us these pictures.
You know it wasn't good.
Because he showed me the pictures.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And she said, my tits aren't good, but, and so let me tell you the rest of the story. So y'all know we're a fan of lighted butt plugs, but we think that they should be strobe lights so lesbians can use them for scissoring. You have an epileptic fit, lesbian scissoring. It's the only time scissoring is fun for anyone. That's my thought that we've talked about a million times. If you haven't seen it, I don't know, watch any one of the other podcasts. We talk about it all the time. She had a light up butt plug in. She pulls it out, pops it in her mouth, and sticks it back up her ass. And then she squirted some breast milk in his mouth. So there you go.
This was just.
Are you sure you don't want to go?
Just to be clear, this was not me. It was her friend from high school. It was not me.
From Catholic school.
I've never.
This is what happens when you send your children to Catholic school. Catholic school. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So there are big plans to do a lunch table podcast, perhaps. Daniel says nope.
And then Tracy
says,
boom.
I'll go in a heartbeat. Thank you, Tracy. Get down here. I will find out when it opens. You fly down. We go. You work remote anyway.
That would be that would be epic. That would be
the OG lesbians in his house.
In a tent. That would be amazing.
I'm telling you right now, I might have to become a lesbian.
Oh, just you know,
just because. Like, do you imagine the OG lesbians in his house? Like, that's amazing. And there's like a lizard party over there.
Oh, look at that.
Daniel says dated a stripper for 8 years. Watched the horror, seeing her spiral down into prostitution, addiction, and insanity. Heartbreaking, and it killed my ability to enjoy it. Yeah, that would. I actually took my old boss to a strip club, and I was going to buy him a lap dance, and a young girl came out on stage whose name was Anastasia, and my daughter's name is Anastasia, and I was like, oh, fuck, get me out of here right now. And we did, because she was super young.
Well, that's one of the things that I don't think you can do in 2023 is take your boss to a strip club.
I think I did it in, 2013?
Yeah,
why can't you do it in 2013?
He's
not my boss anymore. He wasn't my boss at the time.
Matt Lauer ruined it for everybody.
Trace says, yup. So big plans for the future here. And I have lots of notes for tonight's podcast, but we should talk about our exciting, okay. So we really can't talk too much about it, but we went to the post office over the weekend, and
it was a whole ordeal. There was a whole process involved.
There was a whole process involved. So P.S. I don't know. So there was a limey that needed help today. It's actually a friend of the podcast's friend's brother. Or his brother-in-law's brother?
A friend of the podcast's friend's brother. Yeah.
So we were just helping him out, and I referred him to my friend Darlene. Many of you know Darlene O'Connor, brilliant, badass chick. Love her. Helping him out with some Lyme stuff. There's a bug. I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't want him to bite me. Okay. So, and Anne says, I will go with you without a doubt. Oh my God, how funny would that be?
That would be amazing.
So here's the thing. Our couch is not super comfortable. Oh, we have the air mattress, and the air mattress is comfortable. Or you can sleep in bed with me and Doug. Who cares?
You're tiny. What do we get?
Yeah, she's like pocket sized. But not hitting on you, Ray.
Oh, wait. If Tracy and Becky, guest room, and other room.
Yeah. She could, but she'd be on the air mattress. If you don't want to sleep on the air mattress, you can sleep in bed with us. Trey says, Under My Skin video was crazy. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to depress you. I actually sent it to Paul today, and I felt bad. So we sent out packages to the master haters. Some of you may have gotten yours already. Don't tell what it is, because not everybody has gotten theirs. But we'd like to thank Joy and Jennifer at the post office. They were like Joy was laughing her head off.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What is this podcast?"
You
Super
guys are
nice
funny,
people.
she
You
says.
guys are hilarious. I'm like, yeah, we are. So that was fun. And we were going to tell you the whole story about the gift and how it came about. And once everyone has theirs, we'll talk about it on the 100th episode, which will be on Thursday, unless I have some sort of disease. Well, I have a disease, but like it's like particularly bad. Yesterday, I was in rough shape. I was fine in the morning though. Well, no, I was struggling all morning, and I pushed and pushed and pushed.
But you still did some stuff. You did some healing stuff, so that was good.
I've been really pushing myself in the healing stuff. Not so much today. I went and got my hairs did.
She did.
Highly recommend. So I go to Manifest. If you're ever looking for dreadlocks in Southwest Florida, I go to Manifest for my dreadlocks. Normally, I go to Taylor. Taylor is super booked, so she set me up with Sonia, and there's not Sonia. Sasha.
Some sort of S.
Sasha, who was amazing, just moved here from Colorado, also had Lyme.
Oh.
She had been in rough shape. She's been doing great since she had her beautiful little baby. Little baby. She wanted to squish those little thighs. And so, and then there's also Janelle, who is gorgeous. Like these girls were both gorgeous, but Janelle, oh my God, I'm like, what are you doing? And she has an 18-year-old. She looks like she's 12. She's a beautiful Black woman. Further proof that Black do not crack. This woman looked like she was 12 years old. Did super nice people, got my dreads done, was in the chair for like 3.5 hours, but it was a great time. It was nice to get my hair did. So I didn't do as much as I would normally do healing wise today. I'm definitely going to swim after the podcast. I'll probably take my swimsuit off to do it because it's not comfortable.
Oh, shucks.
Poor Doug. How will he live? But I did meditate. I did Wim Hof. Doug actually meditated at lunch break all by himself today.
I was all by myself.
So proud of him. Do you sing the song?
All by myself.
Okay. Are you going to sing your song live on the podcast maybe?
No.
There you go.
We might have a listening party for some of the tracks on the album if we can figure it out.
And then Anne says mine's still in transit. I don't think it'll be here tonight. I'm so sorry, Pumpkin. Yeah, a couple people have not gotten theirs yet that I was surprised didn't get them, and some people, I didn't think they were going to get there until at least Wednesday. But some of them got there really early. I know the Florida ones all arrived today or yesterday. One arrived yesterday. Two arrived yesterday.
And we were worried that like they wouldn't get there for a week.
Yeah, well, we were, like I said, we didn't know if they were going to get there in time. And originally we were like, well, if we have to take a night off to make sure everybody gets them for the 100th episode. And I was going to write, don't open till your 100th episode on them. And Doug's like, no, you don't have to do that. And I really wish I had in retrospect, because it would have been nice to have everybody open them at the same time. Because a lot of people have like posted pictures and been like, oh, like, so don't look at my wall too much right now. Barring Alice. So anyway, we'll tell you about that later, but it was cool as shit. So Friday we didn't do the podcast because Doug's concert, and Fort Myers actually closes down and they have music live in the streets. And then this music competition, and it was a great time, but it was very hot. And then I had been sitting working on our podcast project for 2 days straight. So I was in a lot of pain. And we went to downtown, and I did not take enough weed. And we were in downtown Fort Myers, and we had time to kill. And we grabbed smoothie bowls for dinner because we hadn't eaten. And those chairs were super uncomfortable. So we actually went to the Jeep to charge the phones and charge my phone. And then we went back to the thing just so we had enough battery to fill it up. Jen showed up. Chris showed up. It was a great time. And then Saturday, we had a whole other day. Hang on. Trey says tomorrow I'll be waiting by the mailbox. So Saturday we got up super early
to go to the post office.
Well, we finished the project. That was a project. Yeah. And then we went to the post office, and then we rewarded ourselves by going out to breakfast, which is like the second time we've been out to breakfast in Florida.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's number 2.
So we went to breakfast at
if you count Waffle House in the middle of the night with the boys when they got off their flight. I did have a breakfast food.
I've been to Waffle House, I think 2-3 times since I've been down here. I went with Zach. I went with you and the kids. So twice.
Twice.
So, but like in the middle of the night. So I wouldn't count Waffle House as breakfast. We went to a place called Heart and Soul on Del Prado. Highly recommended. Not healthy. It was. I had a a Benedict on a fresh biscuit
Made biscuit.
with sausage, poached egg, hollandaise, and a fried green motherfucking tomato. That was awesome. And then Doug had...
I don't want to relive this.
He had country chicken fried steak.
I shouldn't have done it. I had instant remorse. It was goddamn delicious. But I had instant remorse when I had that biscuit. That biscuit, if is worth flying down here, eating that biscuit driving home. Yeah.
Trace says she's gonna be waiting by the mailbox. Get it, girl. Call me when you open it. FaceTime me. And she says, I love Waffle House. The people watching is all it's for. So that was Saturday morning, and then we got lunch, and there was this couple. We will not show you their pictures because that would be mean.
Oh my God. I've never seen Stacey like try to hold in a laugh.
Oh my God, I'm dying. This woman has like a fork with a chunk of food on it.
She's hunched over, right? This lady's hunched over, and she's like trying to eat, and she's like, and I don't know if there's something wrong.
I'm looking over there for like 5 minutes. No, I think she was just older.
And I think she was just meted up in some.
It looked like they were on a lot of pharma, and she's like,
like no, it took her like 3 minutes.
And then she's holding it
plate to mouth.
But then she had it on the fork, like up in the air, like just standing there while she was like it was the weirdest thing, and I was having a hard time because I'm like trying not to look, but oh my God, what was going on over there? That was like medication city.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's I wish you could see the picture because it's fantastic. Yeah.
Trace says yes, the people watching, and then Becky calls, gets lots. Rice gets me every time. I don't even know what that means, but okay. And so they're what's the other word? So we did that, and then I went to the bathroom, and on my way back, Doug's like, "Are you even gonna make it to the car?" I'm like, no. I was so exhausted, and I just know that I put I don't know if it was methadone. Tracy says methadone does that to people. It's possible, but who knows? But it was something was definitely up.
Slow-mo.
It was very strange. Challah grits is our word rice. We try not to say that word. And then so what else? What's the other one? So we came home, and then what did we do? Did I go to sleep?
I
took a long nap. I took like a 4
and then
hour
you got
nap.
your second wind, and what did we do?
We played Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me in the pool for 2 hours.
Which is our little paddle game.
It's like badminton. Yeah. It's like badminton, but when we're not athletic, so when the shuttlecock comes near you, you don't want to near you. So we call it dirt. Maneuver. It's defensive. So we got, how many did we get up to?
Get to 25.
25, and our record with 4 people is 30. So that's pretty impressive because we only played the one time since the kids left.
We played till after 11 o'clock at night. That's how long we were. We were playing
idiots.
Close to 2 hours.
We are idiots. And we had a blast doing it. And then what did we do after that? Oh, did we fucking go to sleep?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. It was late.
To check the book.
It was very late.
Doug gets a sticker when we have sex.
What do you get? Write in. Let us know what you get.
Does your partner give you a sticker for good sex?
Maybe maybe a trophy would be nice.
Do you want a trophy?
Like a trophy.
Do you want a trophy?
I don't want one that says participation trophy.
So I
want one that says champion or master. Like I don't want to get like participation. That would be sad. I give my husband stickers when he does the sex. I track everything that I do that's healthy for my body. And so sex with my husband is pretty nice. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's what adults do.
Oh, so there's this comedian. She's a lady. She's this beautiful black queen. And she's talking about how she fucks people like early. She wants to know before she puts the investment into the relationship if the dick is good. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, don't do that. And let me tell you why. I tried breaking up with his ass. I broke up with him. Month into our relationship, too much drama, couldn't take it. But the dick was so good. I kept coming back for more. And then a week later, we are back together.
I always thought it was because I was a great guy. And I
you are a great guy, but you had too much drama in your life and you bring that dick. So thank you for that. And the tongue. And you're going to show them your tongue?
No.
On the 100th episode, will you show them your tongue?
No, what? That's gauche.
You have to do something special.
That's gauche.
They're looking for it.
Gauche.
Trace says, nice. I get the best sleep ever. Good for you.
Nice.
So then on Sunday, we had another adventure of a day. Like you guys, I haven't been able to do anything for how long? And we just did so much stuff. Sunday, we got up. We went to At Home to look for a rack for my painting stuff. And which is currently on the dining room table, which is not a good look. And then we did not find one, but we made friends with
We did. Joanna and Darian.
Darian.
I say Darian.
And anyway, super nice people from Quincy Adams. I don't know if they're watching the show, but super nice people.
What are you talking, Quincy Adams?
Isn't that where they were from?
No, she was from Adams, Mass, out in the Berkshires.
Isn't Quincy Adams? It's like Quincy/Adams.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
Quincy is Quincy.
They
Quincy,
weren't from
John Quincy Adams was president.
I don't know. I don't know why I wrote office here, but I will tell you that I got a series of text messages. So they were super nice. And then we went to Costco. We went to grab lunch at First Watch. Oh my God.
All right. These, I don't know. It's probably not worth it, but the salad was unbelievable.
To show them a picture of the salad?
I was going to show them a picture of the salad.
You can show them that one on your phone. So it's a warm honey pecan salad. You can actually look up the recipe online from First Watch. If you have a First Watch near you, go get it. It's so good. It's unbelievable. Well,
I just had it.
I have it in my phone.
Oh, here it is.
These were our salads.
Look at that array of color. I mean, that's not like, I don't like taking pictures of food, but that was like
yeah, but that was the one up close is your blue cheese salad. Mine is the other one.
Yeah, yours looks like a cat vomited on it.
Yeah, but it tastes so
but it was good.
It tastes so much better than cat vomit.
Yeah. A lot of stuff does.
Tracy, Jackie says, I love First Watch and used to go there all the time in Naples.
Oh, nice.
And Tracy says it sounds amazing and it looks pretty. I'm telling you, it was the shit. And it wasn't that expensive. And the waitress remembered us from when I had been in there with the boys. And she's like, where are the boys? I'm like, they're in Massachusetts.
So they don't even live here. And they're known in the area.
Yeah, they're on a world tour.
By the way, Jackie should be getting a package either today or tomorrow.
Jackie, watch your mail. We sent a little package for you and Haley. So then we went to Costco. Oh. Shout out
Costco in Estero. Bougie.
Well, Costco is well, it has more though.
No, it has the exact same everything.
Doug says it has the exact same thing. I don't know. But the ladies in the hearing aid center, we had fun with them. We had a good time. Doug walks over there all laughing and he's like,
I told him I was going to call corporate. No, having fun on the job.
And I walk over and I'm like, excuse me, I'm from the corporate offices. We're going to need you to stop having so much fun. And then we were talking about how we're going to win the lottery and how I'm going to need a gardener, an assistant, and a chef. And so they volunteered. I said, most of the time we'll just, get baked and float around the pool naked. And Doug goes, I'm like, that's like literally all I do. And Doug goes, yeah, it's private back there. And I'm like, see, you took something that was funny between girls and you turned it creepy.
No, because I was like, all they're thinking is that you're in this cul-de-sac in an above ground pool. That's not. And
then Doug has to go back and ask them, where are we?
We had no idea what town we were in. We had no idea what town it was. I go, I think it's St. Carlos. No, it's Estero.
No one. I don't want to message anyone. Siri, shut the fuck
up. It was actually hilarious. We have fun going to Costco.
We have fun. We have so much fun together just doing stupid shit. And we make friends everywhere we go.
Which is good because we can't afford vacation.
So we go to Costco. And there was a shortage of samples at Costco. Did you have any samples?
Oh, there were some. I didn't partake.
I think you got to go on a Monday to Costco. Oh, but what they did have, and I did bring a picture of today.
What did they have?
And again, I should bring this up on camera, but I have so much to cover because we haven't seen you guys. We have missed you. Library.
I don't remember what they had.
All photos. I don't like this new app. What they did have, bundt cakes. And if you haven't been to the podcast before, you may know that I often refer to my butthole as a bundt cake. So there you go.
Which came from, never mind.
It came from watching porn, and the lady's butthole looked like a bundt cake. It was Darcy the Mail Girl, who is on Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
And she's horrible.
And
so
she's
we're like,
horrible.
We got to watch one of her films.
So we watched one of her films.
It was a 5-minute video, whatever. It was, and so we had to watch it to see if she was good at anything. She was much better at the porn than she was on this show.
She is good at taking it in the pooper. And Anne says that salad looks amazing. Tracy's laughing her head off, and she's laughing at bundt cakes. And also, Doug went to Publix and is freaking out because there was a little person. And he's my God, there's a little person. There was a little kid with a little person.
Wait. I got to tell the story. So, boom. Little person comes around the corner, right? And it probably didn't help that he was wearing a green hat and a green tank top and like sneakers with green on them.
It doesn't help when any man wears a tank top.
Sorry. So anyways, so he walks by. He comes around. Wait, I gotta get on camera. He comes around and goes this way, right? There's this little girl between me and the little person, and I'm seeing her back. And so she sees him, stops, tracks him, and then, right, like as he goes by, she's counting in her head, and then all of a sudden you could almost see her go, huh? And like shake back to like she was like, what the hell is that? And then she realizes, oh wait, I'm staring, not polite. Oh, that's what that is. It was unbelievable. It was. Oh my God, I can't. Things that you wish you had on a like a GoPro or something. It was like the little girl's reaction was just so like perfect, and I couldn't even see her face, and I knew exactly what was going through her head, and I saw and she like sort of hightailed it back to her mom in the cart and stuff. But she was what, maybe
I'm getting text messages from a 57-year-old man at the grocery store because he saw a little person.
Dude, you have no idea.
It makes me so sad that we don't have a little person friend.
We need a little person friend. No, we don't take any friend, but I'm just saying we have a good mixture. But that's one of the demos that we.
Well, you know, we have a vast.
We have a vast nonsense. But here's the thing, guys. You gotta find these, as Tracy just said, the comedic moments in life that are absurd. I mean, I know this little girl didn't have hatred or anything towards this little person, but yet seeing that reaction, like probably could have been the first time she'd ever seen a little person, didn't know what the hell was going on, but then remembered they're little people or whatever. I don't know what was going on through her head, but you gotta see the absurd things and enjoy them. And I don't know.
We laugh about everything.
I don't know what life is like when you go through life and not like.
But like these people probably know we laugh at ourselves more than we laugh at anybody else, and laugh at each other.
So I was thinking, like, with a little person, is etiquette making like ignoring the fact they're a little person and just assuming that like and not acknowledging that they're a little person, or do you embrace the little person? Like, dude, I mean, you're awesome. Look at you.
Here's I don't know. Here's the thing. About
I don't know what it is.
Here's the thing about it. You have to ask the individual person.
Excuse me.
What offends one person is not going to offend another one.
No,
Jesus.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Much we joke around with the OG lesbies and like how it, like we joke with our friends. Like if we like you, the more we like you, the more we give you our hard time. As a matter of fact, Jackie, we don't pick on you enough. What can we pick on Jackie about?
Nothing. She's fantastic.
Well, that's boring.
Oh, you know what? I know
I
know what it is.
What?
The Cadillac. Jackie, I'm sorry.
She drives a Cadillac?
Well, it was funny. I ran into her.
Like a hat?
I ran into her one day.
Does she have blue hair?
And no. And she's like, I grew up in Jersey. This is, I always wanted
like an escalator, or is it like a cab?
No, it's like one of those like those sporty like
didn't know her daddy was the leader of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can find wrong with
okay, well, Jackie drives a caddy. Rock awesome. It out, girl. Yeah. Rock it out. She's from New Jersey. Yeah. So she's from Jersey. Do you have an accent? We love an accent.
And she Jackie, the only thing better would if you had big giant like 80s hair. Like,
can you please do that?
Like that psychic. What's that psychic on TV? Is she the New Jersey medium?
Teresa Caputo. It's Long Island medium.
Like she'll turn her head, it doesn't move.
I think she changed her hair. I think she might look normal now. She went through a divorce.
Yeah.
Tracy says, best comedic moment. You have to laugh at this life. Amen, girl. And Trace also says, I go back and ride the little person comedian that talks about how this country uses little people wrong. I will find it and send it to you. Please do. And Jackie says, yes, I did. I'll show up my high school yearbook picture. Of course you did. We want you to have it now.
Yeah, we want you to have it now.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Make it a thing. Like, I feel like there's not enough
stirrup pants you should be wearing.
Big hair in the town of
Just
Walpole.
Embrace it.
Bring it.
Embrace that.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Be a trendsetter. And I will also say that there's another little person. By the way, I want to fuck a midget now, like a midget dude. So, hear me out. There's a midget comedian, a little person comedian, and
he's a riot. Yeah.
He does this whole bit. He and his wife, who's a hot ass Asian chick, are they're into three-ways, and she's bi. And apparently, like, so if a guy is, giving it to you from behind, would you like to pantomime this with me?
I'm worried about what's going to happen in the front of this.
So he's like pantomiming, like he's, Doug's going to town on me, but he's got to put his weight on one knee and thrust in that way. Whereas a little person, they can go all day because they're standing. They're standing. They can just go to town. Whereas he gets going, he's like, And then he's gonna switch legs.
I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Please, we're giving Doug credit for stamina that he just does not have right now. And Jaggy says Jordache jeans.
Yeah.
Yes, girl, get it. Although I will tell you, for Christmas, when I was buy Doug pajamas for Christmas, I bought him a pair of pajamas that looked like acid wash jeans. He fell asleep in the pajamas and woke up in the morning and was like, why do I have my jeans on?
The thing is, back in like late 80s or something, I had a pair of black acid wash jeans exactly like them, and you wouldn't have known the difference because it was like printed on there, like looked like it was it was crazy.
Tom says fidgets.
It's
like little people. Oh. Okay, I have some other notes from
I never heard that term. Is that like nut?
I don't know, but he doesn't like it when you say nut. When it was a thing today that you commented on his wall and he commented.
Oh, moon juice. It was sex dust.
Sex dust.
And Moon Juice brand sex dust.
So Tom posted a picture of Moon Juice brand sex dust, and I explained to the crowd that sex dust is what comes out of Doug's penis because he's old.
Oh, I thought Moon Juice came.
If Moon Juice came out of your penis, I would sell that shit. Tom says from the Little Rascals. That's from before my time.
Tom.
Charlie.
Get with the 90s.
I was talking about. I was talking to Charlie. He's like, I was like, hey, check your mail. He's like, okay, cool. Why? I'm like, I'm sending you something. He's like, what are you sending me? I'm like, Jesus Christ, Charlie, just calm down. I sent you a fucking present. Get the mail. And I'm like, just pick it up like Wednesday before the podcast, thinking that Wednesday would be the 100th episode. Maybe it would be there by then. And he's like, so it's not food or a pet because I don't have to check it every day and make sure it got there. And I'm like, well, it's an amuse-bouche. I'm like, no, it's a pet that is a food. I put a hamster in a box and I expect you to eat it when it gets there. So he's like, they don't have very much meat. Even rabbit doesn't have much meat. Blah, 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 blah. Charlie nonsense. And so I'm like, it's an amuse-bouche. He did not know what an amuse-bouche was.
I don't think I knew what an amuse-bouche was until I met you.
And so he did not know what an amuse-bouche was. And I told him I was going to send him an amuse-bouche. And he has since told me that he does not like amuse-bouche. I also told him about sorbet as a palate cleanser. And I was telling him about the mango sorbet that we made.
We made mango
By the way,
sorbet.
4 cups of fresh mangoes in the blender with a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Zip, zip, zip.
Boom.
Freeze it. Oh my God. Can we have some tonight?
It was good. It was good.
So good. Trace says, I need to look this up.
All right, so that is a great stripper name, by the way.
Amuse-bouche. That's my porn name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the center stage. Amuse.
I'm going to do lesbian porn and call myself Amuse-bouche.
Hey, if it brings in some money and you get dental with that, we'll be good.
So amuse-bouche is a small bite. So we told you the recipe for the sorbet. Sorbet can be a palate cleanser between courses. If your fancy is shit, yes, amuse-bouche. And although I thought it was 2 words, but maybe I'm wrong. I wanted you to tell the Josh Allen story. So
we'll do that at a different time because football season's coming up.
All right, so we'll
you guys
do it before.
Need to know how special Josh Allen really is.
So I just want you to know the Bills sucked this weekend.
Oh, they were dead.
Buffalo Bills. I don't appreciate that shit.
Preseason.
So let me just tell you something. Recently read an article. Actually, by read an article, I mean watched on Rogan. About I
was reading an article.
So recently, so apparently, a man's testosterone. They referenced the article in the video in my defense, and I could have read the actual article, but Rogan read it for me. So, and I'm catching my friend's dyslexia. I keep getting it. So I keep trying to stave it off, and no, dyslexia. It's one of the many diseases that I have. I'm glad you're laughing, Tracy, because I don't even know if I'm funny half the time. So, apparently, a man's testosterone and therefore his sex drive is impacted by the performance of his football team. So I have no choice but to root for the Bills, or I'm getting no dick. And I love my husband's.
I thought you were gonna go with some midget dude.
Do you think if I walked up to that guy in the grocery store and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Midget, sir, would you please fuck me?" That he would
he would.
Probably. Everybody wants to fuck a midget.
Well,
is there anybody out here that does not want to have sex with a middle person? Charlie had sex with a little person. He does not recommend it, but I think it's because of his monster dong.
So here's my thing. If a giant woman that was like 23 feet tall came up to me and asked me if I wanted to fuck the giant woman, I don't know if I'd be down for that because I don't know if I'm going to get
I'm
crushed.
a giant woman.
I don't know if I'm
You
getting
fuck me.
crushed. You're not 23 feet tall.
No, but I got a big old ass.
I'm saying that, you know, if the little person is looking at you when you're 5, 6, 7, whatever you are, 5, 7, you know, that would be like I'm wondering maybe it would be 15 feet tall or something like that. And I don't know how I'd react to that. I don't know.
I'm a big old juicy woman. And
I'd have to climb that beanstalk and find out.
There you go. Trace says, "Oh, that is something that should have been disclosed prior to marriage."
The football thing.
Especially since he liked the Bills.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was kind of like I'm a football fan, but I wasn't like I kind of put it away. It. And then Josh Allen happened.
No, that's not true. You bait and switched me about the football nonsense.
No.
You were hardly watching football at all when I met you. Every once in a while, you'd be like, but you were all like in love with me and not watching football.
Josh Allen happened. It was summertime. And then
no, you were watching. Hang on. Before Josh Allen, you were still watching sports and they were making you miserable to the point where the kids would have their friends over to watch you flip out about football. And when he would watch football, I would have to make him sleep on the sofa because he would be swinging his arms and flipping out about the game in his sleep. I'm like, nope, I'm not getting hit in the head again. Yeah. So there's that. Trace says, yes, the football thing and the liking the Bills. Oh no, he loves the Bills. And of course, we lived in Massachusetts. He lived in Walpole, right near the freaking stadium. And now we live in Florida. And guess who lives here? Motherfucking Tom Brady. Although, does he still live here?
I think he lives over in Miami now. And I think he owns part of the Raiders, as a matter of fact. So.
I thought he just bought some European football team.
He may have. He got money. His wife got more, though. His ex-wife got more.
So because of the ever coming football season and us living out of district and the Bills being good, I got Doug the NFL package. And so, but it didn't go as smoothly as I wanted to. And P.S. Hulu, so much better than YouTube TV, in my humble opinion. But we are stuck with YouTube TV for the next 6 months. So they fucked up and I had to reach out to customer service and the guy was not helpful. So my final response to him was, thanks for trying. You weren't very helpful, but I'm sure you did the best you can with the constraints that they put on you. Which is the closest thing I can get to a compliment. The other thing I read, and by read, I mean watched a video on TikTok. I've been watching a lot of videos about brain development. And of course, I'm always watching natural health stuff. They talked about how the brain is impacted by prayer. And it's interesting because I'm going to ask everybody to pray for Gary. Gary is a Limey who's really struggling tonight. My friend Darlene helped him. I tried to help as much as I could. They talked about how the brain is impacted by prayer. They studied brains after 8 weeks of daily prayer, and they were completely rewired due to neuroplasticity. Just as negative thoughts harm your brain, like literally rewire your brain, your negative thoughts, your positive thoughts, rewire it. So, say a prayer for whoever you want because it's good for you. But I'm going to say a prayer tonight, especially for Gary. I hope he finds a speedy recovery, and I hope that his family finds peace during this very stressful time.
Yeah, and I hope Derek's move goes well.
Our friend Derek's moving. Yeah. We're going to say a little prayer for him. Yeah. And we pray for the haters every night. We pray for all our sick friends every night. We pray for ourselves because Lord knows we need help.
The prayer thing was interesting. I don't know if you saw the same thing, but there was an interview with RFK Jr. Where he was he read a Carl Jung, I don't know, Carl Jung book when he started drinking and using drugs after his father was killed, like a couple years after. And then he read that book and then he wanted to clean his act up. And he was saying that he credits, and I think he's done some research on this, that rehab and rehabilitation and coming off an addiction is stronger if you believe in God. And he started going
on. Yes, this is a whole thing.
And it was kind of interesting because a lot of, like, I'm not a religious person, but at the same time, a lot of people I've talked to about religion, whatever, like, I just leave that to God, right? I leave that to God, whatever. And I'm thinking about all the stress that I wouldn't have if I did that. So, like, stress,
so maybe
you're gonna have stress
in the whole God of it all. Maybe you give it to
I
the
don't
universe.
know what I believe,
but you could give it to the
honest.
universe. I mean, like today, I said something. I was at the salon talking to the girls, and I was like, "Thank you to God, the universe, or whatever," because I don't freaking know. I don't know. I mean, you can just do it big. Like, just put it out there, because that gratitude is positive energy. Like attracts like. You have a good vibe, good things come to you. And I'm sure you guys see this in your life. You ever have a day where you wake up and like something goes wrong and then everything goes wrong? Y'all, you got to step away and reset. I don't care how you do it. Stand on your head, play with yourself, take a shower, play some music. You have to find something that is going to reset you, because once you get on that spiral, you want that spiral to be going up, 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 not down, down, down.
What did you call them? Reversers or something? What did you call them? When you find, when you're getting in one direction of negativity, you have certain things like a song or
you find the things that are going to turn things around for you, whatever they may be. So for me, that's rocking out in my Jeep, swimming. Exercise is good for anybody. Meditation, yoga, talking to a friend. Social media and video games are tough because I think that they just distract you temporarily and don't really change your psyche. They put you in kind of like a negative place, I think.
I've come to a thing that, like, if I'm feeling a certain way or whatever, I don't want to do anything competitive or any, because like you don't need another loss at that time, right? Even if it's like a little game or like a words game on your phone or whatever. Like
another one.
You just don't need. Yeah, I don't need to disappoint anybody in the bedroom.
So tell me the things that you do when you need to reset when you're being stressed out.
There's certain. It's funny because a lot of times.
And what do you guys do?
A lot of times it's music. Sometimes it's coming out and skimming the pool. Gives me a little, like, just 5 minutes, fresh air, boom, boom, whatever. And then I have certain music, like certain albums, certain songs that I will listen to because it's impossible to be sad and listen to these songs or these albums.
I'm a big fan of Rapper's Delight for that very reason.
One of mine is Twisted in the Kitchen with Dinah by Sam Cooke. It's impossible to be sad by listening to Twisted in the Kitchen with, it's strumming on the old banjo. It's basically that song, but they put a twist beat to it. And the song is not happy. He comes in and finds some other fella twisted in the kitchen with his Dinah, whatever. But it's impossible to be sad that. And the other thing, I think it's impossible to be sad listening to the English Beats first record, which is just all upbeat and saxophone and ska. And pretty much. But Sam Cooke will just release stress from my body. Like, doesn't matter what song really, but it's just, you listen to him and it's like just, it melts away. Yeah, music.
Skimming the pool. Sex not for you?
I think it more riles me up than anything, but I'm not. Yeah, but if I'm in a down place, I'm not even gonna want to.
And you've also been meditating. That's been helpful.
Meditation is helpful. I think obviously laughter, whatever.
Cribbage? No.
Cribbage. It's one of those things. It's like you just don't need another loss or whatever. It just
beat me at cribbage tonight.
Depends what you're aggravated about. I think is where I go.
You beat me at cribbage. You beat me at cribbage.
I won today, right?
Yeah,
I think I did. Yeah,
he did win. Trace says AA is focused around God, and yes, many recovery places use the fundamentals of God in religion. Yeah, any higher power will do. Thank you. I come here because you make me smile and laugh and pull me out of my headspace. Oh, thank you. That's the best compliment ever. Yeah, I think people come here because they've created a sense of community. They've made some friends, and the haters and the master haters are pretty much the coolest people on the planet as far as I'm concerned. Tracy says, I also love music to pull me out of my headspace. Please let us know what songs work for you. Tracy says, I would love sex too, but too many vag bloggers up in his house. Go in your camper and put a sign on it that says, if this camper's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. And just go up there and do your thing.
Wow.
Eat that peach.
Yeah, but they might need equipment.
They can bring the equipment with them to the camper.
Or put equipment in the
camper. You know, the camper generally has, you lift the bed up, there's storage underneath. You can put everything under there. You could have a Sybian. You could have a bunch of dildos. You could have a cow milking machine. I don't know what you would do with it, but you'd have one.
Hey.
Charlie has a cow milking machine. You could probably get it from him. I don't know what you would get. I think Charlie's probably using his cow milking machine.
Yeah.
I don't know why my fingers are itchy. So it is now 8:59. We're doing pretty good tonight. I thought we were going to be. Doug is.
Go ahead.
Doug's watching something on television, reading something on the internet. I don't know. And he looks over me and he goes, what is Brazilian sugaring? And I'm like,
it was this ad for Brazilian sugaring on Facebook Marketplace. And it was a flowery, jewel encrusted area of a lady. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I've heard of Brazilian waxing, but not sugaring. I'm like, are they melting sugar into a syrup, letting it harden? And
sugaring is when they put sugar, a formulation of sugar on your puss, and they rip it off. And Telly Savalas, here we come.
Okay, so I didn't know what that was. I'd never heard of it. And so she was dying laughing. I'm like, well, I never heard of it before.
Well, now you know.
Okay.
Also, there's a store in Florida no one told us about fuck you guys, called At Home. It's like
we said that
we went there, but we
right?
didn't tell them what it was like.
Oh,
it's like a combination.
I think they have them up there.
It's like Home Goods and Christmas Tree Shop and like Bed Bath and Beyond had a baby, and it's great.
It just goes
we
forever.
Love it. We love it. We want to go back. We didn't buy anything.
We didn't buy Jack. Because they were out of carts.
I also want to talk about, there was another football field injury. It was a New England Patriots player. What was his name?
It was a head injury. He got knocked out. He got checked out. He's fine.
Interesting.
I have something.
They ended the game though.
They did. It was in the fourth quarter. They ended the game because they thought it was super serious, kind of a thing. I'm going to airdrop this photo because I've been talking about.
We still haven't finished our Battle of the Animals, but we'll do it one night when Anne's not here because she doesn't like it. So we're gonna do it another night. P.S. I'm almost finished with the Boundaries book. Like I'll be finished with it tomorrow morning. So I'm starting a new book. I haven't decided if it's gonna be Being Superhuman or one of my financial books. I think I might do Bootstraps to Billions.
Oh.
Because
maybe we could all be billionaires and then we could all like marital age. I'm going to show you this because I've been talking about this animal for quite a while. And somebody posted this on Facebook, and you guys need to see this. I've been talking about
this is the hand of a cassowary.
The cassowary, 3-toed feet equipped with a claw up to 12 centimeters. Now that thing will mess you up. You do not want to mess with this thing. Look at that scaly skin. That could be a dinosaur, for Christ's sake. Cassowary. Beware. Just so if you're down under, I want to say they're New Zealand. I don't think they're Hawaii. I could be wrong, but a friend of mine was out, and he's a bird watcher, and he knows very well about the cassowary, who actually posted that, by the way. And apparently they had to take some evasive action because
it will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Trace says, "Damn." I think she pretty much summed it up right there. I also wanted to share that something that I was thought about, especially as school's going back and kids are like taught to go to school and follow the rules. And certainly what I taught my children to do, and I don't know that I would do that. She said, we are taught that we will be rewarded if we are good. And my thought is that is just bullshit that they teach you to comply. Like we're taught that in life we'll be rewarded if we're good. Like that's not the reality. Like bad shit happens to good fucking people all the time. I think we've all seen it. And it's just not as simple as that. I think I used a line I used to manipulate us. Anne says, I don't care if you do the animal shit while I'm watching. If people enjoy it, continue. They do, but it's also a good thing to have in our back pockets for nights where we don't know what we're going to fucking talk about, which happens a lot.
To prod us
like when you guys aren't around with brilliant ideas for us to talk about, we haven't had any notes, and we're like, what can we talk about? Oh yeah, we can revert back to the animal battle. So as I finish up the boundary book, I wrote a few notes down from reading. And I just thought these were really good. So this one was, resentment is an early warning sign that we need to set a boundary. So if you're feeling resentment towards someone, probably need to set a boundary.
I read that on your phone, but it's so far away. I thought it was retirement is an early warning that you need to set a boundary.
Probably.
And that's actually true too.
Also, anger is like a fire in your heart, letting you know that there's a problem to confront.
Ooh.
Amen. Oh, okay. On an unrelated note from the Christian book about boundaries, apparently there's a man in Southwest Florida whose wife choked to death. And he says he didn't choke her, that she was giving him a blowjob and she choked to death. And he wants to show the jury his penis so that they can see how very big his dick is and why she choked to death on it and why she's dead. And so, but the funny thing is, plot twist, he didn't call the police for several days about this because he was embarrassed. So you're embarrassed that you choked your wife to death with your dick, and you didn't call the police, and you wanted to show the jury your dick, but you didn't call the police because you're embarrassed.
Sounds like a guy just wants to show his dick to a bunch of people.
I don't know, but anyway, she choked to death, and that was pretty interesting. And then at the same time, there was a Pittsburgh dentist who killed his wife on an African safari. So here's the question. Yeah. Would you rather die in an African safari or with a dick down your throat? You tell us.
I'm pretty sure I know how Tracy's going to answer.
Yeah, probably an African safari. And
well, at least you get to go to Africa.
Then save that shit for then, LOL. I absolutely will. Yeah, going to Africa would be nice. I'm dying to take Donna. Oh, this is another item from the boundaries book. Whatever brings you the most peace should get the most time. So that means like people in your life. Like I like you guys, I love you guys so much. And sometimes Doug brings me peace, sometimes he's a fucking pain in the ass. My friend Christina, like I always like if she needs me, I'm there.
Even angry Christina is
oh my god, she's
funny
so
as
cute
hell.
when she says fucker. It's the cutest thing. She's from Iowa, like she's like the nicest person on the planet, fucker. And then there's my pal Zach. I always drop everything for him. And then god, like you guys obviously. And then Donna, oh my god, Donna cracks me the fuck up, and I always talk to her. And I talked to her today, and she thanked me for the gift that I sent her, and she really loved it. Trace said that is a great thought, and I think so. I also elephants communicate through low vibration, and get this, they even use medicine. They were observing a group of elephants, and the elephants like communicated with each other and through thumping in the earth and low vibration. This pregnant elephant pulls this medicinal herb that is known to induce labor, this pregnant elephant, and eats it. She knew, the elephant knew. She was like, hey, homeopathic.
I know that I watched a show on it one time. They had a tape recording, a special tape recording that could get all the frequencies that an elephant makes. And then they found it after like 20 years. That elephant was long gone. They played it, and the other elephants were looking all over for that elephant that they recorded, because they knew who it was, and they hadn't seen him for 20 years or whatever. And they have voices, they have footprint, fingerprints of their voice, just like people. And I think that we're gonna find out that like even recently we found this guy would go snorkeling in a river or in a pond, and this one little bass fish came over to check him out. And so he goes in the next time, same bass fish comes over, checks him out. So he's like petting the bass fish. He's underwater, he's petting the bass fish. And then the bass starts chasing other fish away from him. And so every time he would go in, bass fish comes over. So he developed a relationship
with a fish,
with a bass in a pond.
You had a relationship with that lizard.
I did. He was my friend.
Until the snake came and ate him. Now he wants a snake friend.
Yeah.
Do we have some other? You had an animal in your hand and it jumped out. He was like a suicidal little lizard.
Yeah, he was a little teeny guy.
We had the frog. Oh my god! Thursday night after the podcast, I'm swimming my laps as I do, naked as I do, and I look and there's a frog, and I scooped him up on my kickboard and we brought him to the side of the pool.
He was about that. He was like about a half inch, like maybe 3/4 of an inch.
So cute. Trace believes that animals are smarter than people. Sorry, elephants are smarter than people. Have you looked at the world around us? Elephants are definitely smarter than people. So I don't know. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about briefly is there's a product on the market that is new called Appeal. Interestingly, the former co-CEO of Whole Foods is on the board, and some things are happening at Whole Foods that I'm not particularly digging myself. And also Bill Gates and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation put a lot of money into this product. It's called Appeal. It's a coating that is put on food, including organic food, to protect it and make it last longer. It's not something I would feel comfortable putting in my body. You should do your own research. What the fuck do I know? But it's a product, and so you're trying to figure out how do you know if the product has it. So Driscoll's Berries has said we will not do Appeal. Yay. And then of course there's stores that are going to have it. So Costco is going to have Appeal. Trader Joe's is going to have Appeal. Sprouts is going to have Appeal. Whole Foods is going to have Appeal, and God knows who else. Target already has it, etc. So what I have found is if you want to avoid Appeal, go on the Appeal website and look for the store locator, and then don't buy anything there.
You're clever.
So I looked up our area, and so Target, which is somewhere we shop, and a few other places have it. And they only have it currently on limes and avocados in our immediate area. But look in the area near you, and you'll be able to see
the avocado skin. And that's something that I don't know if that would penetrate. If you have a coating like a wax on an apple, I don't think it's getting through the skin into the avocado, but it might. I could be wrong.
Don't chance it. Yeah. Why are we buying organic vegetables for no freaking reason? And Derek says, thank you both for doing something very special for my friends this evening. I hope we helped. And we just said a little prayer for Gary. We asked everybody to pray for him. I think that they got some good help. Hopefully Darlene really knows her stuff. So hopefully she was helpful, and she's just a love, and she's the best. Love her to death. Trey says, good to know. And Ann says, rest assured, anything Gates does is not going to be good for you. Can't say I disagree with you on that one. So yeah, that's my story. And it'll be interesting to see if this video gets pulled, because they have a tendency to get annoyed with us when we say things we're not supposed to say. I don't know what we're allowed
Well, you're
to say.
saying them. I'm not saying crap. So
Okay, well,
Facebook.
I also,
Kiss my butt.
side note, if you are watching your calories, and fall is, I know it's a little early for fall, and Tracy is agreeing with Ann. And it's so funny too, because Ann and I are both so passionate, and we see things sometimes differently, and sometimes we see them the same, and we don't always agree, but we always respect and love each other. And you're my favorite, just love you. So side note, totally unrelated topic. P.S. I just realized how quickly I speak. If I could,
You're like an auctioneer.
if I could slow down, if I could slow my roll.
That's why people
for the
think you're on
podcast,
cocaine.
I am not on cocaine. This is just what I'm like. People, if I could slow my roll down, the podcast would be like 8 hours. Like if I spoke at a normal pace, like, hello, welcome to Marital Hate with Doug and Stacy. I'm Stacy. This is Doug. Oh, that's even too fast. Anyway, here we are. I'm going to do the Micro Machines ad. I'm going to call the auction. I'm going to call some square dancing. As fall approaches, and I know it's not really fall yet, especially since it's 99 in Florida. Well, feel real temperature in Florida right now is 99, or it was when we came out. If you can't have the pumpkin spice because of the calories or sugar or whatever, I highly recommend getting yourself this pumpkin treat. It's a mask from Urban Skin RX. It's a pumpkin pore 2-in-1 scrub and mask. You scrub, leave it on your face. Magical, smells just like pumpkin spice. You get that pumpkin vibe, and it's great for your skin.
And when you wash it off, your eyes are triangles and your nose is a triangle, and you have missing teeth.
That's why Doug's nostrils are shaped like little triangles. Look at his nostrils, they're little triangles. Isn't that so cute? So it's from Urban Skin RX, the Melanin Expert. I think it's meant for African American skin or black skin. I don't know what to say. Like, there's all these great products that the black community has, beauty products, and we're missing out on them. And listen, I don't like
no cultural appropriation. No skincare appropriation.
Dude, listen, if anyone who can accuse someone of being appropriation is therefore being a Karen, and white people have the market on being a Karen. So shut up, Karen. But anyway, my point is that there's a lot of great products that are marketed specifically to the black community that work for everybody. And I'm sure there's products that are white products that would help African Americans that they don't know about. Who knows?
Would it be a good white product? Saltines?
Zinc oxide. I'm sure you can use things for
sunscreen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
People of color wear sunscreen, but my point is that it's a great product. I find that it exfoliates, and because there's an acid in the pumpkin that helps to do it's a manual exfoliation as well as a chemical exfoliation because of the pumpkin, and it's just a good product. That said, I have 2 zits right now. Look,
nobody wants to see your face.
Zit here.
Nobody wants to see your
and
problems.
Then I have one up here. I have problems. Like, middle age is a problem. Derek says, hi, Jackie, long time.
They know each other.
How do they know each other?
Sped parents.
Aw,
well, both sped parents. That's how I know both
parents
of them.
Unite. Well, guys, you have my my love and support. I know what a hard job that is. You guys are fucking rock stars. And I'm glad that you have a sense of community, because that's really what gets you through these tough times. It's the sense of community, which is where we try to create a little community right here. Trey says that is Northeast pace of speaking. Well, I think I'm fast even for New Englanders, but here we go. Tracy says, oh, must try. And she says, I am all broken out right now. Oh, pumpkin, I'm sorry. I use On Guard from doTERRA on my pimples usually. But I've been using the On Guard rollerball, which has it has fractionated coconut. So the roller balls are usually diluted, and it has fractionated coconut oil in it. And I find it not to be as good for pimples. But On Guard by doTERRA, you just a drop on a pimple and usually it's gone.
I have a skincare question that you might be able to answer.
Oh, I'm good at the skincare question.
It dawned on me one day, like if you have a cut, right? What do you put on it? Like Neosporin?
No.
What do you put on the cut?
Well, I put if I have a cut, depends on what it is. Usually,
don't say cayenne pepper because you just learned that 3 weeks ago. I watched the same thing as you.
You can put cayenne.
What would you
pepper
put on a cut if I want to add a cut?
You can put cayenne pepper on a cut. You can also put nothing on a cut and just make sure it's clean.
No, I know that.
And you can also put Correct X from doTERRA on a cut. You
Could
can
you
put
stop
lavender
being
on a cut.
a goddamn hippie for 5 seconds? You get a cut. Normal people
do not put Neosporin on it.
Why?
There's like a whole bunch of reasons why. I don't know them off the top of my head. But
well, you ruined my question.
Neosporin, I would not put on a cut. That's me.
You ruined my question.
What? How did I ruin your question?
Because you never put Neosporin.
I wouldn't.
99.9% of the people would put Neosporin on a cut.
No.
I'm just saying. So
don't put Neosporin on your cuts.
Can I just finish, please?
Okay, go ahead.
So, if you put Neosporin on a cut to prevent infection and it kills germs and everything else, why wouldn't you put that on acne?
Some people will put what's the one that's a cream? It comes in a tube. It starts with an H.
Hydrochloric, hydrocodone,
hydroxyzine. No, hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, that'll kill some germs. I don't know.
It's hydro, that stuff that people put on it. Tracy suggests lemon. Put lemon on your cut. Doug should put lemon on his cut just for being a fucking
Oxy
dick.
Or whatever, like the acne thing. It's made of that hot hydroxy. That's where the oxy comes from.
What is that stuff called? It's in a tube. It starts with an H. And you put it on things. I have something to say. Anne says use colloidal silver. It's better than anything. I agree with you. Trace says because Neosporin is oily, it breaks me out. I'm actually reading an article from the Columbus Dispatch. Yes, an article, not a TikTok, not a Rogan video. It says, I've seen using over-the-counter as antibacterial ointments such as Neosporin might not be such a good idea. Is that true? It may not be a good option over-the-counter use made up of 3 antibiotics. This is because you may have an allergic reaction to one of these antibiotics, which causes redness, swelling, and irritation. Instead, and focus on keeping the area clean and use petroleum jelly as needed if the area is dry. If you feel the need to use an antibiotic ointment, try using one with neomycin, which accounts for the most of the allergic reactions, without neomycin, which accounts for most of the allergic reactions to Neosporin. I would also state that you could just put coconut oil in it. Coconut oil has both antibiotic, antiviral, and antifungal properties. And then Anne says you're talking about hydrocortisone. That is what we're talking about. Thank you for finding the word. So people do use hydrocortisone for acne. I wouldn't necessarily do it myself. There's actually a guy who does a series of videos about acne, and he does is that what's the active ingredient in oxy pimple stuff? Benzoyl peroxide.
There's the
and
peroxide.
He just puts a lot of it on his face, and it works. I don't for acne instead of proactive.
The thing with that stuff is that's all preventative. It prevents from getting the clog. Same with there's another one, the clear liquid stuff,
salicylic acid.
Salicylic, yeah.
So I find those things to be very drying, and and Trace is saying hydrocortisone does nothing for me. In my experience, and I am, by the way, I was a licensed hairstylist, cosmetologist, so I know a little bit about it. A lot of times what people do is they put things on their, so of course a lot of it can be diet or hormone related, especially if you have things on your cheeks, that's almost always hormone related. However, and hormonal acne, not a ton you can do about that, but most people, they'll put things on their face like salicylic acid that are very drying. But as my husband has learned, what do I tell you to do?
Moisturize.
Because so often what happens is your skin is dry, particularly with a blackhead or a whitehead, the oil can't escape. So it's caught under the surface, and that's where you get the eruption. Or even with a cyst, you'll get the eruption because it can't clear the surface. So exfoliating is very important. Some people will do, so a manual, if you have cystic acne on your face and you use a manual exfoliant like a facial scrub, like with granules in it, or aggressive washing with a washcloth, it will actually spread the bacteria and make it worse. So you want to use something that's where a retinol, like Retin-A, will come in handy, or any kind of natural exfoliating product.
What about Mary Lou Retton?
You probably don't want to put Mary Lou Retton on your face. I mean, maybe if you're into that kind of thing. That haircut is a little much for me though. That you have For me, I'm a big exfoliator. I exfoliate pretty much every day. I do a 2-step peel once a week, but moisturize. I know it's contrary. You want to dry out your skin because it's oily. No, what happens is your skin is dry. It feels dry and it's like, oh God, I got to create all this oil and it's trapped under this dry ass skin. And then you get blocked up pores. That said, if you have a good pimple pop, please make a video of it and send it to me. I love that shit.
Oh, I can't do that.
Patrick points out that toothpaste works. Patrick, I sent you a package. Did you get it?
Patrick,
what's up, Patrick in the house? And he used honey sugar lemon facial scrub too. Good call. Jawline is also hormonal due to PCOS. Yes, which is why we need to address the underlying PCOS issues. Vinegar baths might be a good option for you. Washing your face with apple cider vinegar, also a great option for you. There's a great group on Facebook that I highly recommend called the Crazy Vinegar Lady. Worth checking out.
Yeah, but you'll smell like a douche.
I don't smell like a douche. I'm married to a douche. Trey says, I'm so sorry about your cystic acne, but seriously, we can try things.
I used to get that. Oh my God, every once in a while. Ugh, it's the worst.
Moisturizing is key. Actually, what I did the other night, and you're going to love this. I did that Urban Skin RX pumpkin 2-in-1 scrub. I did that on my face, and then I followed with honey on my face. So you're getting the moisturizing, you're getting the exfoliating from both. And that's one of my favorite facial cocktails to do, and it like tastes yummy. And Trey says, I love pimple popping.
Oh God, it's the worst. She watches that stupid lady. Oh my God. She's not stupid. I'm just saying, it makes me sick to my stomach. I can't do it.
Well, then don't.
Can't do it.
Patrick says, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we are. You're welcome. And we're going to talk about actually how that came about when we do the podcast on the 100th episode. Not everybody has gotten theirs yet. So you guys are the lucky early recipients. So I think it was Darlene was going to have to walk to the end of her mailbox and she hadn't done it yet. Some people haven't checked their mail. Some people are getting it. Patrick, I think they're in Weymouth. So they arrived in Weymouth. Tracy's laughing her head off. And Tracy says, I have OCD picking and I like to pop and pick things. They have a game called Pimple Popper. You can pick. And they have a video game and an actual game where you can squeeze outsets. And you're like, I think that these pimple popping things are gross, but I have a recurrent.
Well, it was a cyst
on my shoulder, and Doug always picks on it. I actually used to have a cyst on Alice's head, and it looked like she had some sort of a cone head, and I got it cut out, literally cut out at the
well, I think those things those things that you have are different because they're like, I think they're Lyme related. I don't think it's like a pore that's clogged, whatever. I think it's like a thing that grows.
These are like little fatty cysts that grow. Trace says, oh, I have both. Oh my God, that cracks me up to no end. I desperately want to go for a facial because I have so many clogged pores right now, but it's just not in the budget. What are you going to do? Maybe we'll get a Groupon.
You know what I'm going to do? Pour vinegar on your face.
Maybe. The problem with me going to a salon based on a Groupon, which is like probably the only way it's going to happen because you save money that way, is a lot of times they have chemicals and I can't do it. They're lipomas. Yes. Zach says mine has not arrived yet. We'll keep an eye out. Yay. Well, it's a lovely surprise. You know vaguely what it is. And I really hope you like it when you get it because I don't know, a lot of thought. Literally cried while I was making them. How many times did I cry? Just like 2? There was one like, I'm so terrible at this. It's gonna be awful. You're good at this.
Essentially what that's like a good replay right there.
Pretty much what it was.
I'm trying to put it behind me.
Well, we're gonna have to relive it again on Thursday. So it's 9:24.
It's 9:24.
And by the way, Zach, I never got to talk to you before. Trey says you're so cute. Thank you. You're so cute. If it doesn't work out with Becky, give me a call. Or Becky, if it doesn't work out with Tracy, give me a call.
I'm going with that midget. That's where I'm going.
I'm
going with the midget stripper.
The midget stripper or the midget at Publix?
No, that's a dude.
You have nothing in your wallet. That's not going to work out for you.
Anything.
Okay. Incidentally.
Oh, you know what I have in my wallet from when the kids were little?
Condoms?
No, a free ticket to the Oak Bluffs carousel because we got the gold ring, and it's been in my wallet since Nolan was 3, 4.
I know a man who is a very wealthy man. He may be a billionaire by now. Who knows? and he goes to Martha's Vineyard, the carousel, and he goes like this with the rings and gets them all at once, and then none of the kids can get them.
Yeah,
He sucks.
That's dumb.
It's terrible.
That's a bad person. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know this person. That's a bad person.
And Trace is laughing, which always makes us happy. We want all you guys to laugh. We want you to have a great time. We're glad you're here. Derek, I don't know if Jackie was still here when you made your comment. She might have been. I don't know. She hasn't commented in a while, so she may or may not have seen it.
Probably went to
you
bed
should reach out to one another. I do want to say that our gratitude, because it is now 9:30 and it's getting late. What are you guys thankful for? We're going to run down our list. I am thankful for the haters, the master haters, and everybody who watches the podcast in between.
Yes.
The lurkers, the people that never comment, but they're here. We like them. We like them.
Yeah.
We like the people who tell.
So shy.
We like the people who tell people about our podcast. Yeah. We like the people who are like, "Oh my God, you should watch this. It's crazy, but you should watch it." We like, but it just means so much to us, and I am really thankful for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm also very thankful for the lemon pesto. Run, do not walk to Trader Joe's and get the lemon pesto.
And then put it on some salmon.
You put it on salmon,
some basil.
You can put it on pasta. You can put it on crackers. It's delightful. I'm so thankful for that. Doug made the salmon tonight with a little lemon pesto and some basil baked in the oven, and Brussels sprouts with an aioli. Yum-o. He was supposed to cook them with bacon. He said, fuck the bacon. So it was still good. I'm thankful for Sonia, who, Sasha, who did my hair today. Amazing. I'm grateful for Janelle at the salon. Also amazing. Delightful ladies. I'm grateful for all the nice messages I've gotten from the people that received their gifts. I'm grateful that I got to talk to my friend Nora for a little while today. Keep Nora in your heart. She's having a hard time. And she's just an amazing person, and she deserves all the good things in the world. We absolutely love her.
And sometimes a podcast watcher.
And sometimes podcast watcher. I've known Nora since she was 12 years old, and now she's this gorgeous young woman, and she's brilliant and taking the world by storm. I am also thankful. Oh my God, I'm thankful that my hot ass neighbor sent me the cutest picture of her 2-year-old getting into the bathtub. She is super tan because we live in Florida, but she has a little white tushy. But the thing that's hilarious is her tushy bigger than Doug's. Made me laugh. I am thankful for all of our little lizard friends, as always.
Yeah, nice.
I'm thankful that I've been feeling a little bit better. I'm thankful for the wonderful weekend where I had, and I'm thankful you guys are so patient with me on days where I can't do the podcast because I feel like crap. So that's what I'm thankful for. Let me ring in on these people and circle back. Patrick says, I'm thankful for my bed and what's in it. Yeah, he's got a hot ass girlfriend, my friend Jen. She's gorgeous. And they also have a dog named Zoe.
Oh, maybe that. Which is he talking about?
I think both.
The dog?
I think both.
Or Jen?
I think both. Tracy says, I'm thankful for your tips and tricks. I'm thankful for all the laughs. I'm thankful for my supportive wife. Yay! Douglas, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for Darlene helping people today.
Yeah. I am thankful for that my wife was healthy enough to go get her hair done today, because a lot of times
I haven't had it done in 9 months.
Sometimes
9 months I haven't had my hair done.
And all that. I'm also thankful for all the podcast folks. I'm thankful for my wife went to Trader Joe's today. I mean, that's
haven't been able to do that in what, a year?
By yourself. You did that probably in February, March of last year. And then you hadn't been able to do it since. And so that's encouraging. It's very encouraging. So I am thankful for that. I'm thankful for my wife for doing that. I'm thankful my wife was able to help Derek's friend's brother. I was thankful for all the folks that texted her about the gift, and thankful for Josh Allen, and I'm thankful for food, water, heat, lights, internet, and things like that. I also am thankful I had a great conversation with somebody about some work stuff today that might lead to something. Who knows? Just got along with that person, made another contact, so I'm thankful for that. And I think that may be it. Oh, and I'm thankful that my wife got San Pellegrino waters at carbonated waters at Costco, and I had one with what are you doing? You can't. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna shut this. We're gonna shut this down before it gets NC-17. Anyways, all right, guys. You guys are the best. No, it's not shut off. No, it's not. I don't know what you're showing back there. But I'm gonna go to the intro montage. See you guys tomorrow.